Hey there, lovely viewers. Today, we're diving into the not-so-fun side of the dating pool, those subtle signs that the guy you've been eyeing might not be feeling the same way. Love can be a tricky game, but fear not because we're here to decode the lesser-known indicators that he might not be as interested as you'd hope. So, grab a metaphorical life jacket, and let's wade through the dating waters. Let's start with the conversation game. If you find yourself doing all the heavy lifting in the chat department, constantly initiating conversations or carrying the entire dialogue on your shoulders, it might be a sign. Think of it like a tennis match. A good conversation should be a back-and-forth rally, not a solo performance. Now, let's talk about the speed of light responses. If he's responding to your messages at a pace that could rival the Flash, it's not necessarily a good thing. A guy genuinely interested in you will take the time to craft thoughtful responses, not fire off one-word replies at lightning speed. It's like he's sprinting away from commitment. Here's another clue: the disappearing act. If he's constantly canceling plans or mysteriously going off the radar without any explanation, it might be time to raise an eyebrow. It's like he's pulling a Houdini, and unfortunately, you're not the magician's assistant. You're left wondering where the magic went. Now, let's dive into the realm of excuses. If he's got an endless supply of reasons why he can't meet up or why he's too busy to call, it's not because he's the busiest person on the planet. It's more likely that he's not making you a priority. It's like he's attending the University of Creative Excuses, majoring in avoiding commitment. Let's not forget the social media shuffle. If he's keeping his social media life on lockdown and not letting you into his digital world, it's a sign he might not be ready to let you into his real world either. It's like he's building a fortress around his personal space, and you're stuck on the outside. Now, let's talk about the mysterious friend zone. If he's consistently referring to you as buddy, pal, or worse, bro, it's like he's serving you a cold plate of friendship when you ordered a hot dish of romance. It's the linguistic equivalent of the friend zone handshake. And here's a classic one: the avoidance of future talk. If every attempt to discuss future plans, even casual ones like weekend activities, is met with vague responses or a sudden shift in topic, it's like he's doing a dance around commitment. It's the old two-step shuffle away from any form of long-term planning. Now, let's tackle the attention game. If you find him constantly scanning the room or checking his phone while you're talking, it's not because he's on high alert for danger. It's more likely that he's not fully invested in the conversation. It's like he's on the lookout for the nearest exit. Next up, the lack of compliments. If he's not showering you with the occasional, "you look beautiful," or "I like your style," it's not because you're not worthy of compliments. It might be a sign that he's not actively noticing or appreciating you. It's like he's attending the Compliment Anonymous support group and forgot to invite you. And let's not ignore the body language cues. If he's physically distancing himself, avoiding physical contact, or displaying closed-off body language, it's like he's building an invisible force field. It's the nonverbal way of saying, "This is my personal space. Please keep out." Now, brace yourself for the non-committal plans. If he's always vague about making concrete plans or ducks the idea of commitment like it's a game of dodgeball, it's a red flag. It's like he's treating commitment discussions as if they're a hot potato, something to be passed on to someone else. And here's a quirky one: the disappearing act in group settings. If he magically disappears or conveniently loses you in a crowd when you're out with friends, it's not because he's mastered the art of invisibility. It's more likely that he's not comfortable being seen with you in a social setting. Lastly, let's talk about the subtle critiques. If he's consistently pointing out your flaws or making negative comments about your choices, it's not because he's a perfectionist offering constructive criticism. It might be a sign that he's not fully accepting you for who you are. It's like he's the judge at a very critical beauty pageant. So, there you have it, a sneak peek into the less than rosy side of the dating spectrum. Remember, love should feel like a team sport, not a solo marathon. If you're noticing these signs, it might be time to reassess the game plan. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you experienced any of these signs in your own dating adventures? Or do you have other secret indicators you'd like to share? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video enlightening or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends who might need a reality check, and, of course, subscribe for more dating insights. Until next time, happy dating, and may your love radar be ever accurate.